This year, start your bass tournament season off by fishing the 27th Annual Frostbite Big Bass Open, February 25th at the all-new Faith Santas Marina, located on Percy Priest Lake. Early entry is $65. Guaranteed payout for big and small bass. For more information, visit our website at tnbassmasters.com.
This segment is being sponsored by Capital Sportsman. Deer season's over. Everybody's got to get geared up for gardening. And guys, if you want to fish more, mama's got to be happy at the house.
Happy wife,
You
happy
better
life.
you better have a green thumb, bud. If not, flowers can help make you look great by bringing flowers home. All right. This week's pictures. Let me show you this one. This is Billy Kerr, and this is Billy Kerr's first deer. Billy is 6 years old, and he killed this deer Saturday. This is this last Saturday in Stewart County, and as you can see, that is one tickled kid right there. Just congratulations on that. Our next picture here, this is, well, that is one of our pro staffers, Brian Penton, and Brian guided his daughter, Ashley, and she was able on the last day of the doe hunt to take 2. So very good. I love the fact that the kids are getting involved, and my hat's off to Brian Penton. He does care about his daughter and getting her out in the outdoors. And boys, you don't want to mess with her. She can shoot. All right, and then the next picture. Now I got just a second. I got to tell you just a short little story. This young man is Jeremiah Cornelison. He is age 4. Do you see the gun he's got?
I do.
It's a double barrel. You see that he's holding up a fuzzy tail.
Yeah, he is.
He is 4 years old. He goes with his dad all the time. Now, what's unique about this is this young man, when he was from birth to about 1 or a little more, had a lot of medical issues. And we thank God every day that he's healed, and that look at this young man, he's going to grow up to be one fine squirrel hunter. I can vouch for that right now.
Absolutely.
So, guys, I can't tell you how proud it makes me to see parents that will take their kids out and show them a good time and teach them what it takes to be an outdoors person. So, congratulations, Jeremiah. Keep sending those pictures to us, buddy. We'd love to show all of your pictures. And our next picture here, this, now you don't know what this is tilapia. They are going crazy catching tilapia, Joey.
In Old Hickory?
In Old Hickory in front of Gallatin Steam Plant. I'm going to go ahead and get it out there because everybody knows it anyway.
Right.
But tilapia, this guy here had 47. And he sent me a picture. He said, I love tilapia. And there is a difference, ladies and gentlemen, in wild-caught tilapia and store-bought tilapia.
Absolutely.
So if you want to eat something that's really good, really a white meat, and it's not real harsh in taste, wild tilapia is really, really good.
I have to give you my recipe for tilapia.
You're going to have to just make some and invite me.
Let's go catch some.
Let's
then I'll
go
make
catch some. That's right. We'll just spend the day with Joey over there. So great job, everybody. Hey, you can send your pictures to us here. Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robertson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219. Or simply email to me at hugh@southernwoodsandwaters.com or through Facebook, which is where we got most of these tonight, was through our Facebook page. So we appreciate that very, very much. All right, I have with me tonight Joey Monteleone. Joey's just a great friend, somebody that I look up to, and you know, you're somebody's hero.
Oh, I appreciate
and not
that.
just mine, but you hundreds.
Well, I appreciate that.
And you do a really good job, Joey, in getting out there and making it look easy, and it is. It's overthought.
It doesn't have to be complicated, you know, and the more we simplify this, the more we bring people in, and especially when you're teaching somebody, I don't like the word dumbing down, but it really is pretty simple.
It is.
You know, it's not just cast and crank, but there is, and it really just comes down to a lot of logic and, you know, kind of putting yourself in a position. And there's no question, we've got the water, we've got the woods, we've got the places to do all the outdoor things. This is
We're blessed.
It's a great place to be. I mean,
Yes.
without a doubt, it's a great place to
And
be.
Joey, the kayaks, and I want to just briefly talk about the kayaks because you and I both use Jackson kayaks. The kayaks have helped us bring more people into fishing. they didn't want to be bank beater or on the bank, but now kayak allows them to motivate and get anywhere, any little nook and cranny that they want to, and that spot that they've always wanted to throw to, now they can get there, and they're not paying $50,000-$60,000 for a rig.
You know, I always say there's chocolate and vanilla ice cream because everybody likes something different.
That's it.
So there's a time that you want to be in the big boat, but that kayak is an up close and personal experience. And for me, you know, there's whitewater kayaks. I don't want a whitewater. I'm not. But there's exploration kayaks, and there's fishing kayaks, and there's kayaks strictly for. There's skippers for kids.
Right.
There's big rigs, which is the most stable kayak I've ever been in.
That's what I got, a big rig.
And I love that boat, and it's safe. That's one of the things that we're talking about is we want to be safe. We want to be successful. You know, so when you get down in a kayak, having the right kayak for you. You know, and pick one out, paddle it a little bit. When you find the right kayak, you're in business.
You're in business. And I promise you, this kayaking, it's just now taking off. It really is. What, maybe 2-3 years now it's really been, but it's on a freight train going more popular than we've ever seen.
This is another success story. The gentleman that used to make all-star rods, Morgan McCain, called me about designing a line of kayak fishing rods. And so, you know, somebody said, well, what's the difference? Well, the length is different, the action is different, and their species, they can be species specific or technique specific. There's a crankbait rod, there's a spinning rod.
Yep.
You know, there's a jig rod, and being able to do that was really a plus for me. I enjoy doing that, and I know that people are getting the right material when they do that. That's what we're looking for, is to put the right information, the right lures, rods, line, reels in people's hands, climb in that kayak and go. I mean, you're only limited by your imagination.
That's it.
And how far you want to paddle.
And how far you want to paddle.
Because how far you paddle, you got to paddle that far back.
But you know what? We've been on opportunities. I went on the oh my goodness, not the Wolf, but
Buffalo?
No, I'll think of it here in a minute. 14-mile trip. We were let off and then picked up.
Yeah,
we didn't have to paddle back, but 14 miles, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so sore. I wasn't.
Yeah, well, if you're going with the current and you use your core, and luckily for me, little known fact is I teach karate 3 days a week.
I know you do.
Okay, so we're using our core just like you're punching. You're doing the same thing when you're paddling.
That's it.
So it really is. I mean, for people that are looking something to benefit themselves from a health standpoint, if you just want to paddle, you could do that. But carrying a fishing pole along,
it's always a plus.
Oh, it's a plus. Yeah, it's a plus. There's no doubt about it.
Joey, all the fishing stuff that they have at the convention center, all the boats and everything, isn't it really a great time for somebody that's a prospective buyer?
Great point, because this is a time that you can compare prices and see what it is you want. You might want a 16-foot boat. You might want a 12-foot kayak. You might want the cabin cruiser. You might want to have a jet ski, whatever that is. And you've got several different vendors or dealers, so there's different models, there's different sizes. And again, it's kind of like everybody likes something different. It's all under one roof. And I'm not saying you can't be outside, but this is a great time to be inside and make that purchase that's going to help you all the way through, not just spring and summer, but for many years to come.
I wanted to also say that, through the years I've been going to this, a lot of people don't ask enough questions. They don't ask, and I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, if you find a boat or houseboat or whatever, a wake boat, whatever, that you're interested in, ask them for a demo ride.
Well, and the other thing,
they will take you.
There is, and the other thing is, everything. Again, it's not a cookie cutter deal. It's like it's like the kayaks. Jackson's coming out with a new boat called the Mayfly. They're saying they designed it for fly fishermen, for guys that like to stand up and pitch a plastic worm or a jig. Yeah, it's going to be ideal. So, I mean, there's always something there, and like you said, you never know.
Saying we should have waited?
No,
I like the big.
No, have two.
Have two. That's right. Joey's got an answer for it.
But it's a real stable platform. But again, when you go down to the boat show, look and see what it is and ask the questions, because there's a lot of logical questions. The TWRA is down there. They can answer all your. I had a person come up and ask me, he's a disabled vet, want to know if there was a special license for him. I said, go right over there. Right over there. Ask
They'll
those
answer
people.
anything you got.
Absolutely.
We've got to do our product of the week, and I've asked Joey to help us out. And Joey, I'm gonna Now, you're representing line cutters.
Line cutters and line cutters rings, and that's the lunker tamer right there.
Okay, this is what you actually grab the fish with?
You know,
Is
like if
that
you're a
true?
guy that wants to grab catfish, or you got, for me, it's like when I'm throwing a crankbait,
Yeah.
and I've got that flopping around in a fish's mouth. Yeah, I've already been hooked 5 times.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, and it's like, that's an answer to that, and you're not hurting the fish.
No.
You know, so that's
No, there's nothing sharp on it.
there's nothing sharp on that. You're not going to get stuck, and you can release the fish unharmed. And the other thing that they've got is this ring.
This ring.
Yeah, it's really cool because, you know, when you start to go to cut line, especially braid, or if you go and start trying to pop this, I've done it. I know we've all done it. I don't bite.
yeah.
No, I'm not biting it anymore. It's just this simple. This is 20-pound test line. It's just this simple. You just drop it in there. There's a razor on either side. Boom, done.
And it cuts braid so clean.
Clean, which is really important.
I don't like the little strings and trying to get it through the eye.
When you're trying to go back through the eye. So that ring has got blades on either side. It's Velcro, so one size fits. You can put this on the rod. I've got one on my big rig on the seat. You know, there's a lot of different places to mount these. You can get pretty creative. You can have a couple of them. It's not like, you know, fish, there's a limit. You can have as many of these as you want.
Do you wear it on the ring finger?
I don't wear it on the ring finger. I actually keep mine on, there's a little pole on my, you know, I've got a stand-up pole on my.
That's right, you got a stand-up pole.
And I put that right on
That's a great idea.
It is, and put it right there, or right on the seat so you can go down there.
I didn't think that's a great idea. Don't give any more now because we got to go tip of the week here in a little bit. But that's a great idea, Joey.
Yeah.
I got the stand-up pole, and that's what I'm going to do is put it on that line
It's
cutter
ideal
right
for
there.
that. Yep.
And then just you're smarter than the average bear.
Yeah. That's a lot of years on the water.
That's a lot of years on the water.
It comes from doing it wrong. You start to figure out how to do it right.
You're great, Joey. Oh, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we got to take another break. And when we come back, oh, wait a minute. That's right. We got to say thank you to Caney Fork Outfitters. Caney Fork Outfitters is one that brought the product of the week to you, and you can't beat them. They got a Donaldson location now. If you remember the old Donaldson Shopping Center there in Donaldson, across from Fletcher's and Uncle Bud's, just go right across the street, and there's Caney Fork Outfitters. Tell Ryan you saw it here, or you can go on down there to Caney Fork River itself.
Silver Point, Tennessee.
And
they'll let you paddle kayaks till you're tired of paddling.
Oh, yeah. It's right out the back door.
Test drive one.
Test drive
Test
one.
paddle one.
We'll be right back with more of Southern Woods and Waters.